Cept in Latin, this is again, which means to take or to receive. What happens in a reception? We receive people, we welcome them. So it is like taking people or receiving people. President had a hostile reception. That means president was not received well. Wedding reception, radio signal reception means radio is taking the signal. Deception. Deception, it is act of deceiving, act of cheating. What has it to do with take? Just think. What do you do when someone is cheating? What is the idea of cheating? The idea of cheating is to take something from someone. They are cheating for money. Let's say they want to take money from someone. So that's how it is related to take. Cept. Deception includes cept, which is to take. Someone is cheating someone to take something. Intercept. Inter plus cept, which you are taking in the middle. For example, a missile is intercepted. That means missile was handled in between only. It was not let to reach the destination. That is interception. Perceptive. Who is able to take even small observations. Even small things someone is able to take. Someone is able to observe even very small things. He is able to receive very small things. That person is very perceptive. A perceptive eye. That means the eye is very sensitive. It is able to take any small minor changes. A perceptive mind is a key to wisdom. Agree or not? It is very important to be able to notice very small differences, to have attention to detail. That is perceptive. Similarly, perceptible. Perceptible means which is noticeable by senses. Small things, but still they are noticeable by senses. Those are perceptible things. Susceptible, easily influenced. What has it to do with take again? So someone is susceptible means someone is easily influenced. Someone can be fooled very easily. Why it is related to take? You can take the example of sponge. What does sponge do? It absorbs. It absorbs water instantly. It takes water instantly. Similarly, susceptible people, they take whatever opinion very instantly. They don't cross question. She isn't very susceptible to flattery. That means you can't praise her and make her do things. She's not influenced to flattery, which is good, right? Otherwise, if she is influenced by flattery, what will happen? Someone will cheat. They'll say she's very beautiful and she should be doing movies, not in Bollywood. She should be doing in Hollywood. Someone will say, I will take you to New York, and then gone. Right. Susceptible means easily influenced. What it has to do with take is because they take opinions very easily, like a sponge. That is susceptible. Let's get to another root word, fin. Again from Latin, which means boundary. Finite. That means it has a boundary. It is not unlimited. It is limited. That is finite. It has fin. It means it has boundary. Definite. Defin. That means definitely it has boundary. Definitive means it is most authoritative. It is the actual source. Someone is definitive means is telling authoritatively. It is coming from the definitive source means it is coming from the original source, the most authoritative source. Infinite, in we have discussed, is used for to give negative meanings. Infinite, which is not finite, means there is no boundary. Fin means boundary. There is no boundary. Now this is an interesting word, infinitesimal. Infinitesimal. What has it got to do with boundary? Infinitesimal means is very small, very minute. What it has got to do with boundary? What it has got to do with finiteness? So it is so small that it is actually very difficult to calculate. Okay, so in terms of smallness also there is no boundary. That's why it is infinitesimal. There is this gentleman, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. He invented microscope. He is called the father of microbiology. He realized, or he told everyone, that there are infinitesimally small organisms which are not visible with naked eye. Because of his invention of microscope, people were able to see these infinitesimally small organisms. This gentleman, he is called the father of microbiology, right? But his background is the son of a cloth merchant, and he himself became a very good cloth merchant. But he has got very good interest in lens, in grinding lens. So with this interest, he did lot of research and then invented microscope. He has not got formal education in microscope or sciences, but still because of his own interest, he learnt all of that and he invented telescope. This is a good story that tells us that it is not about the birth, it is about the effort that people put. And that's how now he is the father of microbiology. He has got so much interest in creating lens, he has created a microscope. Let's get to the next word, psych. This is from Greek, which means life, soul, mind, etc. In Greek, in the history, in the mythology, there is a very beautiful princess called Psyche. She's a mortal. I'll tell you this story. She's a mortal. But she's very beautiful princess. So the goddess of beauty, the goddess of love, she's Venus. Now, because the Psyche is so beautiful, people started worshipping Psyche. And Venus did not like this. Venus has got a son. His name is Cupid. He is the god of love. Now, Venus told her son, Venus is not liking this Psyche because lot of limelight is going towards Psyche. She told her son to use his love arrows, and make Psyche fall in love with the most ugliest creature in the world. So Cupid goes there and accidentally, instead of using his arrow on someone else, he uses the arrow on himself, and he falls in love with this beautiful girl Psyche. So, and because he is a god of love, he was able to speak with Psyche without showing his face and win her love. He speaks with her and expresses his love, and she falls for him. And he daily used to go and meet her during the night. So Psyche doesn't know how does Cupid look like. So these two people have fallen in love now. Psyche has got few sisters. The sisters insisted Psyche to see Cupid once, because none of them know how Cupid looks like, and they insisted. They were also getting jealous with Psyche. One day, what happens while Cupid is sleeping? Psyche uses a candle. In that candlelight, she sees Cupid. Cupid is very, very handsome, and she is fallen in love even more now. But while she is looking with that candle, a drop of wax falls on him. He immediately wakes up and he realizes his identity is open now, and he immediately leaves. Now, Psyche is lovelorn now. She lost him. Then the story goes on. Story goes on, and later, ultimately, it ends in a happy ending only. She she undergoes lot of trials to win her love back. Ultimately, the leader of all gods, Jupiter, all gods put lot of tests to this girl, Psyche, and she wins all of them. And finally, Jupiter makes this Psyche also an immortal and unites Psyche and Cupid. So this story is a very famous story. This is generally told. This signifies importance of love, and it also has a philosophical touch, which is redemption. Psyche's story talks about redemption with love. Now, psychology. Psychology is study of mind and behavior. Like psych is about soul, about mind. It is about the study of mind and behavior. Now, please note the small difference. Psychology, sociology, anthropology, all three are different. Sociology is about study of society, social institutions, relationships. Psychology is about individual study. It is about study of individual mind and behavior, how an individual person behaves. Sociology is about how the group, how the society behaves. Anthropology is again about the society, but it talks about the beginning of human race also, about the origins also, how certain customs are formed, how certain beliefs are formed. That is anthropology. Psychiatry. There is a psychologist, there is a psychiatrist. Psychologist generally gives treatment with counseling. Generally, psychologist doesn't give medicines. Psychiatrist, whereas he gives medicines also. So you notice this TR. This signifies treatment. Psychologist is more about counseling. Psychiatrist is more about treatment with medicines. Psychotherapist. Psychotherapist is more like psychologist. He does counseling. Psychedelic. Psychedelic experiences. Psychedelic experiences are abnormal experiences. Psychedelic drugs. For example, LSD. LSD is a very well known psychedelic drug. It produces abnormal mental effects. Scientists are working a lot on understanding how these psychedelic drugs work. Psychosomatic. Somatic is related to body. Psycho is related to mind. Right. Psychosomatic means it is more of mind than of body. Psychosomatic disease. That means there is no real disease. There is no physical disease. The person is feeling it in the mind. What do what does the doctor do then? They give a placebo. Placebo means it's a dummy medicine. They give a dummy medicine so that the patient feels that they were given a real medicine, and because it is anyway in the mind, they feel they have got the medicine and it will be cured. That is psychosomatic. The opposite of it is somatic. Somatic means more of body than of mind. So soma, you see the both the things. Soma in Greek it means body. Psych again in Greek it means mind. Soma is body. You can refer to Hindu literature also. It is the opposite. Soma. Soma is about the moon. Moon is related to mind. There is a very famous prayer called Purusha Sukta. In that Purusha Sukta, it is said that mind is moon is born out of the mind and sun is born out of the eye, which means which refers to moon, the cause of changes in mind, and sun is responsible for all the light, for all the vision, all the health in the world. But in Greek, it is opposite. Soma is related to body, not of mind. In Hinduism, Soma, Somvara, Someshwar is all related to mind and related to moon. Psychopath. Psychopath, this very extensively used word, psychopath is a mentally ill person. Is more antisocial, is a threat to the society. Psychosis. Psychosis, again, very severe mental illness. So these guys are almost are really mad. They look like mad people. They see things which are not real, and they don't behave like normal persons. This is psychosis. Hope you have understood these words. Let's get to another word, another root. Ject. Ject means throw in Latin. What is reject? Reject means you are throwing something, you don't need it. So it is reject. What is inject? Inject is you are throwing something into the blood or into the veins. Injection. So inject is throwing something into. In plus ject. Throwing into something. Inject. Interject. Inter is in between. You are throwing something in between. Someone is speaking. You are throwing some remark in the mid in between. That is interjection. Someone is saying something, and in between someone else said, "No, I don't agree to this." That is interjection. Conjecture. Conjecture is con plus jector. Con means together. You are throwing some few things together. Let's say there are certain facts. You combine some three or four random facts and make a statement or create a hypothesis. So that is conjecture, which is not very definitive. So an opinion or idea that is not based on definite knowledge, but they take some random facts and make some judgment. That is by guessing. That is conjecture. Project. Project means what? You do project. You throw something on the screen. That is projection. What is trajectory? Trajectory, when you throw a ball or throw any object in the air, it follows certain path. So, for example, you throw from here to here, it will go like this. So, this path is called trajectory. You would have done lot of problems while preparing for IITG. This trajectory problems. Someone is throwing from the hilltop like this, what where will it reach, or someone is throwing over a hilltop or down the hilltop, etc., etc. These are all trajectory related problems. In physics, what is it? Trajectory is the path followed by something that is thrown, that is jet. Understood? We'll look, we'll understand, we'll learn more words in the next video.